Miles? Miles, are you there?
Spider-Gwen, is that you?
It is. Hello, Spider-Man. It's nice to see you again.
I'm sorry, got your message. Were you trying to find Miles?
I was, but I found you, which is still okay.
I just talked to him a moment ago. He said he was getting a slice of pizza from Nick's.
Oh, is that what he was doing? Well, okay.
Taking a dinner break.
Well, maybe I can see some of my other superheroes. Um, Maybe we can find Captain America. Captain America?
Oh, sorry. Modern technology.
Technology can be tricky.
Not even Spider-Gwen.
It's good to see you, Captain America. Are we cleaning our show?
Yep.
Very nice. It has to
Just
stay.
got back from a mission.
Oh, is everything okay?
Everything's great now. Yep.
I'm so glad. I'm glad you're here to keep us safe. Let's see if I
Any
can
luck
find
finding Miles?
Not yet. I'm going to try to see if I can find some more superhero friends. Apparently Miles is eating pizza tonight. So we'll see if we can find some other superhero friends. Maybe we can find Superman? Superman around here? I don't know. I thought he might be around.
Hi,
Hello. It's nice to see you.
I flew in.
I'm so glad you did. It's so nice to see you again.
I heard the call. I'm always here.
We're doing well. We're finding more superheroes. I believe there's another superhero around here somewhere. I'm just not quite sure who.
Well,
Hello.
Hello, who are you?
Just checking in.
It's so nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too. I've been fighting alongside Captain America and Spider-Man here. We've been working hard. The Avengers over
Good
here.
job.
Yeah, you as well. I hear you've been fighting some battles of your own.
I believe he has. He's been keeping lots of people safe, which is very
Yes, very important.
Well, I think there's one more superhero that's going to join us. So let's see if I can find her. I know you're around here. I just saw you. Hello. Who are you?
I'm Supergirl. I'm
Thanks.
Superman's cousin.
Well, that's exciting. You didn't tell me you had a cousin, Superman.
hey guys.
A lot of people.
Well, this is so exciting. I have so many new friends tonight. I like to ask my superhero friends some questions. Would you guys mind answering some of the questions?
Of course.
Sure.
Not at all.
Things are fun.
Fantastic. All right. So the first question is, if you were going to choose an animal for your sidekick, what animal would it be?
Oh, that's easy. My cat Streaky. He goes everywhere with me.
That's so sweet. How about you, Spider-Man? Do you have an animal friend?
No, I'm usually out and about a lot. And last fish I had was a goldfish, and it ran away. I don't know what happened to him. I think
wasn't
Doc
sure
Ock stole him.
Run.
But I think it would be real fun to have a red and blue parrot sit on my shoulder to match my ensemble, and then I could teach it to talk like a pirate, and then I could call myself Spider-Man. What do you think?
I love it. It's perfect. How about you, Captain America? Have you ever had a pet, or would you have a pet?
I wouldn't have a pet, or I haven't had a pet. I'm not opposed to it, but I already have a partner, a falcon.
Ooh.
I didn't know about that. That's exciting.
Yeah, he's actually a pretty great guy. He's not a pet. He's not an animal.
I was going to say a bird flying around would be really cool.
He's my buddy Sam, and he's great.
That's awesome. How about you, Supergirl? I mean, you said you had a kitty cat, so that's your sidekick. Now, does your kitty cat have any powers? I know Crypto does.
Yeah, well, she has similar powers to Cal's dog, actually. They're both Kryptonian.
Wow. That's
Except that Crypto's a lot cuter than Streaky.
I think cats are just as cute as dogs, honestly. Scarlet Witch, would you choose a specific animal?
Well, I moved around a lot as a little kid in Serbia. I was actually kidnapped with me and my brother Pietro, so we didn't really have an opportunity to have pets, unfortunately. But Vision and I were thinking about getting a puppy at some point.
Oh, That'd be so great. And you, Superman, you obviously have Crypto. Would you have another animal friend if you were gonna have another sidekick?
I would have several animal friends, but Crypto is the one that keeps up with me the best. He helps around the farm.
That's good. I'm glad he helps her out. That's awesome. It's good to have animal friends to help you do things. Do you guys have a favorite way of exercising on a rainy day? That's always the trick for me.
I've got this if nobody else has an answer.
Go ahead.
My favorite type of exercises are PT or physical training, and it's a lot of body weight exercises that you can do at home. You don't need to go to a gym. You don't need to wait on machines. And especially nowadays, you don't need to worry about if the machine is sanitary or not. But I have a full regiment that I do almost every day of the week. And even on rainy days, I can do it right inside, whether I'm in Stark Tower or upstate at our new headquarters or just sitting at home in my apartment.
Very nice. I usually run up and down stairs a lot. That's kind of the nice thing about being in an apartment, but it does get a little annoying.
You can do calf raises on the stairs if you stand on the edge of the stairs with your toes and just keep going up and down. You can do a lot of calf raises. You can do squat leaps going up the stairs.
That's an interesting idea. I don't know how well that would work. I'd probably end up on my face at some point.
Always have that rail. You can have your hands on the rails or one hand on the rail.
Good idea. Do you guys?
It's always important to be safe. Safety first.
Very important to be safe. We don't need to get injured while we're trying to get stronger. Do any of you guys have other things that you like to do?
I like to crawl around the walls of my apartment.
I didn't
have to do it when Mary Jane isn't around because she doesn't like it. It gets the walls dirty, the ceiling dirty, so I'm always having to clean up after.
I was about to ask, Spider-Man, do you have white walls in your apartment?
Does beige count?
I was just wondering how often you have to clean footprints off of your ceiling.
Every time.
Probably as often as I do. It's not very pleasant, but there are some times where you're trying to surprise someone. I tried to surprise Miles for his birthday, and that didn't go very well. Hiding up on the ceiling, and then I jumped out. That was not fun.
So I don't mean to let any cats out of any bags or anything, but don't you spider folk have a spider sense that would prevent somebody from surprising you?
Technically, yes. But
That'd be hard.
What do you mean by technically? No.
Miles is still trying to figure his spidey sense out. So sometimes he thinks he's getting something and it's not, and then sometimes he totally doesn't know that I'm there. So I think he's still working on me specifically.
Okay.
He's got
So
Peter being down.
is the spider sense kind of like Kryptonian hearing or something where we can
I don't know.
sense it from far away? Or
I mean,
No, it's
no?
more like a big buzzing and alarm in your head that
Okay.
let you know, hey, some danger's happening.
Yeah.
But if you have a bad headache or you're not feeling well, sometimes that buzzing doesn't get through. So the spider sense depends on your well-being and your health, at least for me.
yeah.
I don't
It's important.
I don't really know what a headache is.
So wait a second.
You are
Wait a
very
second, I'm sorry.
lucky.
The spider folk have spider sense.
Mhm.
The Kryptonians, did I get that right?
Yes.
The
Tony.
Kryptonians have super hearing.
And
So
different.
do
And
you guys ever get to have a surprise birthday party or anything?
No.
We usually have heard about it several days before it happens and long before someone can scream surprise.
It seems like a shame.
It's more of a we pretend to be surprised.
It's more fun to play along.
Mary
It's
Jane
super sweet that you still have people that want to do that for you, and I think it's great that you guys at least act surprised to make them feel like it was a mission accomplished.
Very nice.
Luckily, at least right now, Lena doesn't know about my powers, so we're okay there. I will probably have to tell her soon. But
All right. So the next question, if you guys were to design a gadget to help a fellow superhero, what would it be?
I really like the gadget Captain Marvel has on her suit where she can change the colors of her suit. She changed her Kree suit from red and black, or black and green, to red and blue.
That was pretty impressive. It was impressive.
I've asked her, can she make one for me? And she said, no, it's Kree technology, won't work with humans. I think she was fooling me.
Well, I think as an Avenger, she needs to share this technology.
I agree.
I'm just saying.
If I could come up with a gadget for everyone, it would be an indestructible shield.
Ooh.
Absolutely. I
That
think
would be fun.
I'd like to know that all of my friends have that little extra sense of protection.
That would be very
It
nice.
defies the laws of physics. I would hurt myself.
I think I would have a problem fitting it on my costume.
I get the impression, Superman, that you are an indestructible shield.
Which is also why I don't need the shield, but I do like Barry's ring. The
Oh,
Flash has a great ring that his suit fits in, and I would like one of those.
that sounds,
Travel size, I like it. As someone who moves around a lot, that would be nice.
Yeah.
That would be
I mean, instead of having it in a backpack and trying to find a spot to hide it, it'd be
yes, perfect.
really nice. Those are great gadgets. If you guys,
Now that I have pants, can we get pockets for those pants?
I have
Right?
It's
Right?
I'm with you on that one.
Where do you store snacks? Like you
Exactly.
you need spots to store snacks.
Exactly.
Hey,
Yes, Cal.
See, you understand me.
you guys should get a utility belt.
Ooh, that's
Ooh.
right.
You might want to look
That's
into that.
fancy.
I don't know how well that would work with this suit though, because like my suit's aerodynamic, so it'd probably weigh me down, or I'd probably slip right off of me.
And they would probably hear you coming with the Velcro, you think? With the Velcro would get caught on things.
I haven't had that problem, and a lot of times I'm not really having to be incredibly sneaky. But the couple times that I have snuck around a big battleship or something, they didn't hear me coming before I did what I needed to do.
All right.
That's good.
That's good.
I guess we'll have to look into those belts, Spider-Man. Maybe you can work on that gadget. You're good at gadgets. You're better than me.
I'll leave the utility belts to Batman.
Yes.
That's right. I met this Batman, and he had a utility belt as well. I admire that.
He has everything on his utility belt,
You
apparently.
should talk a lot more.
It's okay.
He seems like a very interesting guy for sure. All right, if you guys could give yourself some advice whenever you were younger, what would you give yourself? Oh no, Cap, it's not that hard.
Be yourself. Be yourself.
Don't let my pod get stuck in the Phantom Zone for so many years.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good. Anything, Spider-Man? Would you give yourself any advice?
That's a tough one. I would probably tell myself that there are other heroes out there that can help you. When I was younger, I'd often feel like I had the weight of the world on my shoulders, and it affected my personal life. And I needed to let people in and let people help me.
I will second that one as well. For sure.
Teamwork is definitely very important. I didn't realize that until I met all of my spider people. It's kind of nice to know you're not alone.
It's
Superman or
true.
Cap, do either of you have something you would tell yourself?
Superman?
Strength can only get you so far. Sometimes you need to think outside the box and have friends to help think for you.
I agree. I think the most important muscle is the brain.
I think that it's interesting that all of us agree that really teamwork is the most important thing. It's kind of interesting because you don't think of that as superheroes, that we would necessarily need someone else in our lives. But it's very important to surround ourselves with people that can help us accomplish what we need to do and keep people safe.
Everybody is different. Everybody has different talents. You know, everybody has different powers, talents, characteristics that can, you know, you never know.
It's very true. It's very nice to know that. You're not alone.
Right.
What helps you keep going whenever you feel defeated? Or do you not feel defeated? I know I do.
Okay, first off, how many people have felt defeated on at least a semi-regular basis? Right here. I didn't really answer the last question, so if I can answer this question, I feel defeated often. Ever since I can remember, I've just wanted to do the right thing. And there have been times where I thought that if I throw myself into my work, into helping others, that would be the right thing. And there are times where I'm not so sure that that was the answer. But when I feel defeated, I have to remind myself that it's temporary. And I have to remind myself that it's okay to have feelings. I don't always have to win. I don't always have to be on top. I think about it like standing in the ocean and a big wave is coming at you. If you try to fight that wave, like trying to fight your feelings, it's going to knock you over.
Oh.
So I just dive into it, and then I come out the other side, and I can carry on. I heard a long time ago when I was a boy, I used to do a lot of reading. We didn't have television. And one of my favorite books said that life is a storm, my young friend. You can be basking in the sun one moment and crashed against the rocks the next. When life becomes a storm upon you, you must look it in the eyes and say, do your worst, for I shall do mine.
That's a really good thing to hear.
Absolutely perfect.
I'm sorry, I totally skipped over you. Do you have a piece of advice you would give your younger self?
Oh, no, it wasn't really important. I think you guys all had great advice. If I could give myself advice, younger me, the only thing that springs to mind is a good leader knows when to lead and when to follow. You don't always have to be leading the charge. Sometimes it's more important to sit back and make sure that you're taking care of your loved ones and your friends.
It's very wise. Thankfully, you don't really have to do that. Being a solo person is sometimes a lot easier. All right, do you guys have a favorite treat? It doesn't have to be a sweet thing. It could just be something that you wouldn't necessarily eat every day.
Wait, it's something that we would eat every day?
No, it could be anything. It doesn't have to be a sweet thing. It could be something that you wouldn't necessarily like. I would eat a corn dog every day, but that would definitely be my favorite treat.
Exactly, but I'm going to let everybody else go, please.
Spider-Man, do you have a favorite treat?
I guess my favorite treat would be a burger and fries at the local burger place, Joe's Burger Joint around the corner.
Mm.
Excellent food all around. It's nice to get once in a while as a treat. I don't eat it every day, but that would be my go-to.
Superman, do you have a favorite, something that you would probably say is your treat?
There is nothing like the pie that Mom used to make, and she would bake fresh, and it would sit out all day long to cool. Just waiting for it is a treat, not to mention eating it.
That sounds amazing. I tried to make a pie the other day and it did not go well. How about you, Scarlet Witch?
I've lived in many different places, and I've had so many amazing opportunities to eat so many amazing foods, but I'll have to go back to the stroganoff in the orphanage my brother and I grew up in. They had amazing stroganoff that they would serve. It always felt homemade and felt like home.
Is that like a comfort food for you?
It is definitely like a comfort food, like hamburger is for some here, I guess.
Yeah, I think that explains why Vision was asking about stroganoff recipes a couple weeks ago.
I've got him turned on to it. He does really like it. Right now he's baking cinnamon rolls. He's also really enjoying that. So,
Supergirl, do you have a favorite treat?
My sister and Alex Alex and I tend to do like dinner nights once a week. So sometimes it'll be pizza, which is really good, or like pot stickers. I love pot stickers. And we don't have those on Krypton. So it's been interesting trying all the new food here that they don't have where we're from.
That sounds amazing. All right, Cap, you said you knew yours. What is it?
A classic cannoli from Ferrara's in Little Italy.
That sounds yummy.
Okay, since you're here, can you explain to me that whole shawarma thing? Because I don't understand it.
What don't you understand about it, Supergirl?
What is it? Like, why is Tony obsessed with it?
Okay. First off, Tony has what I've come to understand as an obsessive personality. He reminds me of somebody that was around in my childhood. Oh my gosh, and I'm blanking on his name right now. But he was a big aviation mogul. Howard Hughes. Howard Hughes. He was huge when I was a kid. He was what you guys would think of as Bill Gates today, or Elon Musk. But it's these brilliant men that have these obsessive personalities. And so Tony sees something in the distance during a fight for his life, and his mind just stores it like a file on a computer screen. You guys call them desktops. And so it wasn't necessarily that he was obsessed with shawarma, but his personality kept that file until he was able to eat the shawarma, and then he was done with it.
Okay.
That makes sense. Like for Tony, it's all about climbing the mountain just because it's there. Once he climbs the mountain, he's done with it. He's bored with it. He wants to move on to the next mountain. Shawarma, I thought it was delicious. I'd never had it. I've gotten to eat a lot of different cultural foods, especially European foods, from Germany, France, even Switzerland, Italy, and even Spain. But I hadn't had shawarma, and I find it very much like, I think the most accessible thing is probably like a gyro. If you guys ever get the chance to have a gyro, it's shawarma's in the same ballpark as that, but it's definitely delicious, and I can't recommend enough to you guys, because not everybody gets to live in Manhattan, which is sort of like the entire world condensed on one island. But if you get the chance to try something new, especially you, Spider-Man, I know you like those burgers, but if you get the chance to try something new, try something from a different culture. I really think you'll like it.
You sold me on it, Cap. I'm already hungry.
All right, so Zachy just popped on, and he wants to know how we handle bullies. So, anyone has wise words from that?
I had to deal with a bully in high school, Flash Thompson, and part of me wanted to fight him, but I knew I would get in trouble, and I knew I would just end up hurting him. So I would try to use humor to distract him, at least until such time as when maybe a teacher would come around the corner, or maybe Flash would end up laughing at it. Sometimes a good joke is all that's needed. The bullies really are just, they're scared, they're angry, and they want to take that out on someone. And if you can make them laugh, hey, that brightens their day a little bit.
Anybody else?
Anyone else?
I would say friendship. I'll admit, growing up, I didn't have much. My brother Peter and I would have to fight for everything. And you know, we were bullies. We became bullies, and I am not proud. I'm not proud of it, but I know that when the Avengers took me in and understood who I was, and my brother, and what we stood for, you know, friendship, I think, is what broke that barrier. You know, we are all human. You know, we're all going through similar experiences, and to become friends is a good way to fight it.
It's a good
I
way.
would say keep your head up. Don't let them knock you down. Show them that they don't affect you. You can stand tall without having to get in their face or fight back.
Very true.
Very well put.
I think surrounding yourself with friends is also very helpful too, because if you have a lot of friends together, you can stand against one person. If you're by yourself, it makes it a lot tougher. So I'd say try to find some more friends that can surround you and help you be able to overcome the boundaries. Supergirl or Cap, do either of you have any suggestions?
First.
I would say, honestly, just be kind, even if they're extremely mean to you. Don't be mean to them. Have hope. That is the one thing that our insignia stands for. It's not just an S. It stands for hope. And you'll get through it.
All right, Cap, you want to wrap us up?
Okay. First of all, hi, Zachy. It's been a little bit. I hope you're doing good. And as far as dealing with bullies, one thing that I've noticed the other superheroes talk about is, Superman was talking about having sort of a strength from within, standing up for yourself. You don't have to be a bully in return. You don't have to fight fire with fire, but you have a strength that comes from within you, a confidence that comes from within you. You keep that chin up so that you don't sink down to their level. And I've had this discussion with Wanda multiple times, and she's right. She's been an amazing addition to the Avengers.
Thank you.
And I know that she had a rough childhood before she joined on. And Spider-Man and Supergirl talking about basically what I wanted to talk about, good communication. Sometimes jokes are great. Sometimes they're not going to work. But open, honest, caring communication in everything you do. Whether you're talking to your mom or dad, whether you're talking to your teacher, whether you're talking to that bully, or whether you're talking to a complete stranger on the street, a fellow American who might need your help. Open, honest, caring communication. It might be telling a joke, or it might be going and getting an adult to help you with that bully problem. Always try to get an adult involved. They are there to help you. A lot of times when a superhero like one of us can't be around, there's always an adult around. So open, honest, caring communication, I think, is the key. And that changes depending on who you're dealing with. When you're dealing with a bully, like Superman said, you keep your chin up. You realize you're a good person. You have that courage from within. And if that doesn't resolve the situation immediately, make sure you go get an adult or go get some friends, like Spider-Gwen said.
You guys are all amazing. Those are all perfect answers. And I'm sure that hopefully helps you, Zachy. No matter what, just know that all of us care about you and that we're here for you no matter what, okay? Even if we can't be there with you physically, we still love you very much. All right, so we probably have one more question, and then I know you guys probably have to go and keep other people safe. So I'm going to ask one last question. What helps cheer you up if you're ever sad? Do you have anything? I usually bake or I talk to Miles because Miles usually helps me figure out how to work through things and makes me laugh quite often. And Peter B. Parker often has some wisdom because he's a very wise man. Don't let him tell you. Don't let him hear me say that.
When I get sadder down,
Oh, sorry, Kat.
when I get sadder down, I go to my parents. I go to the farm, and for some reason, going back to my roots and going back to where I came from helps me out a lot.
That's very helpful. Family is very important. Spider-Man, were you saying something?
Spending time with Aunt May, Mary Jane, that always cheers me up. I also enjoy tinkering with my web shooters and my suit because I'm a scientist at heart. I love exploring technologies and pushing boundaries. And whenever I can make a breakthrough, that's always lifts my spirits.
Supergirl, Scarlet Witch, Captain America.
Vision never lets me stay down for too long. He's always good for a good laugh. Whether it's baking or cooking with him or just joking around, you know, he never lets me stay in my own sadness for too long.
I will probably spend time with my best friend Wynn, my sister, or possibly John Jones, but he's not always available. Oh, or my cat. Cats are pretty awesome.
I've thought about it. I've got two things. Books, I love to read. I've always loved to read. I could just gobble up books, anything that I can get my hands on. I've read books on how to put together a car engine and books like The Three Musketeers and just everything in between. I love a good action adventure book. And the second thing is my exercise and fitness. I feel great after I exercise. Sometimes I don't feel like exercising. I'm too tired. I've had a long day, or I'm sore from a mission with the Avengers. But that's when I realize that dedication is better than inspiration. Sometimes I don't feel inspired to work out, but if I'm dedicated and I stick with it, then I exercise, I work out, and then I feel great. It releases good chemicals inside my body just from exercising, and my brain feels so much better. So sometimes I like to sit down and quietly read an adventure story, and sometimes I love to push my body to the limits, and that usually helps me right out of whatever funk that I'm in.
Awesome. That's fantastic. Thank you guys all so much for answering all of my questions and for talking to Zachy. I hope you guys all stay safe and keeping other people safe. And I hope we can see you guys again soon.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
See you next time.
Signing out.
Take care.